For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out sabatcg.com. What's going on, guys? This is Sabo94. Got a TCG match today, or matches. It's going to be a double feature with Raikou Mask, the Ogerpon EX Raging Bull EX deck. Established at this point, favored by meta players, and I suppose me, when I'm trying to be a little bit serious, it's the only, I guess, meta deck that kind of clicks with me because it has those Rayquaza EX roots. You know, big dragon Pokemon, get a bunch of energies, get 1 OHKOs. That's how I roll. But yeah, I find that I usually have a much better time when I use this against whatever, because it's very consistent, it's very powerful. It's all basics. I mean, if you don't run Noctows like me, I don't believe there's much reason to run Noctows. Just the Ogerpon and a bunch of consistency cards is more than enough. You don't gotta do extra shit like the Stadium and, you know, Noctows and a lot of the other random shit other people run. I find myself that I do pretty good. Okay. I think I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Anyway, so we open up with the Dragon Giraffe himself, the Raging Bolt, and get a little bit of a draw with Ogerpon. This is pretty good. If I'm forced to play first, if I can do this, it's something rather than nothing. And this guy, he opened up with Duskull. It's always annoying, but at least if I don't got like small Pokemon, it won't be as bad. And then he's got the Abra there, so I can only think of Alakazam EX. I mean, Budew, and discarded the Jellicent. So I mean, I got a pretty good idea of what this deck is going to be about. Kind of obvious when you think about it. Just have the Jellicent EX active, so you get that item lock, and then Alakazam is attacking from the bench. So, sounds like a great plan, but of course, decks like these are going to be very inconsistent because of all the different shit you gotta run. I mean, it's bad enough you're talking about a stage 2 and a stage 1 line here. You're trying to do Dusknoir as well? Why? God damn. So I think this guy is going to have trouble setting up and being consistent. So if I can just get a good lead, I'll be alright. You know, the item lock, it's going to be annoying, but I'm going to pull off an attack with the Raging Bolt. We get the job done. Let me just go for an manual attachment too. So this thing getting out of the way, then he's going to have to use the Frillish or evolve into the Jellicent and keep it active. But I mean, he didn't attach any energies on the Abra, so, you know, that guy isn't going to be attacking, even if he evolves into a Alakazam. So yeah, like I've said, when you just cram too much stuff in your deck, you run into this kind of problems. And the research as well. So look at all the shit he had to discard. It's just not very good deck construction in my eyes. And it always just pisses me off when I see people like they just run like the most inconsistent shit, and then they draw everything perfectly, like Yami Yugi. That's one of the worst feelings. Meanwhile, you try and make your deck consistent, and then you open with like 5 energies from a 9 energy deck. It's Pokemon TCG Live for you. Okay. So he did get the Jellicent, so I'll still have the item lock, unfortunately. Now this thing is a 270 HP EX though, so if I get the 1 OHKO on it, it's gonna be wonderful. Gonna run out of shit, but I mean, I guess I can use the Sada. No items still. Get the Latias down just in case he starts doing Iono shit. Maybe he'll try and get me stuck, you never know. Okay, so Ogerpon. Draw 1. And I mean, I guess I can just do the Crispin still. Let's get energies from the board. I will get... I'll actually put the Fighting in the hand and then put the Grass on Raging Bolt. I'll discard that. I mean, we gotta discard a bunch anyway, so Might as well do that. I can do the manual too, but should I do it? The thing is, this deck, I like Azam. If he's gonna try and do the attack from the bench shit, that attack only does 120 damage, so it's not threatening. But I'll just keep the energy on hand. I think I'm good for now. Discard the 4 grasses. Keep the stuff on the active. And then the Jellicent is out. Hopefully this is finally my cue to break the item lock. But I'm already ahead 3 prizes. This guy hasn't done anything. Gonna promote the Latias. It's got a second Duskull down. I'm gonna go for the Iono. That is gonna sting. But I can always still do stuff. Dusclopses. And then you just surrendered. Yeah, I mean, what did you expect with a deck like that? Okay, so that was pretty easy. Should be a good example of, against item lock, you can still do stuff with Raging Bolt. Thanks to Ogerpon. You do have options compared to other stuff that would be even more hurt than item lock. Even though it still stings, at least you got options rather than nothing. So game 2, the Wooloo coin. Good thing I remember the sheep's name. Man, and what the hell is up with this like pink ass Malamar area mat play area? I don't have a clue. I mean, I guess it must be something. I don't keep up with the Pokemon news not really relating to the TCG when it comes to the video games and stuff. I pretty much just gave up ages ago. But there's got to be a reason why they got it. And I don't know why the hell the hearts are a thing too. I mean, it ain't Valentine's Day. And they're doing some kind of shit like that. Trying to be... what's the word? What's the word, damn it? Just trying to be, I guess, hip with whatever's going on. It ain't even that, so I don't really get this Hearts Malamar shit. What the hell is it supposed to be about? Anyway, so this guy gonna open up with Ogerpon and execute. So he's gonna evolve immediately with the precautious, whatever the fuck, evolution. One of those evolution. Yeah, precautious evolution. So auto evolution in the attack. So here comes the Executory X, Alolan one. So I know what this thing does. I've seen it before a few times. People trying to just gimmick the way to victory. So the 3 energy attack basically just gives you an auto KO, whether it's on the bench or in the active spot. And that can be pretty nasty, especially if you're running a stage 2 EX deck. And look at this shit right now. Glitch, once again, a Pokemon TCG glitch. I'm using the Nest Ball. I want to get the Raging Bolt EX, and I cannot. The game prevents me from getting that card. This glitch has persisted for ages, whether you use Nest Ball, whether you use the Pofin. Every now and then you try and search something and you can't select everything. So right now I had to get the Ogerpon, even though I didn't want to. I wanted to get Raging Bolt and attach my Lightning Energy. Motherfucker. Draw a few things with Ogerpon, but like I've said, this was not the damn plan. And I'm gonna use the Iono right now. I mean, I'm gonna have to shuffle in back 4 cards, so that's still terrible. And look at this shit now. We're gonna be mega passive. Gonna get another draw with Ogerpon, but that's about it. Curses. Man, Pokemon TCG Live is just fucking shit, even after all these years. These bugs and glitches, they're gonna persist forever. You know, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Really, the only thing it has going over TCG Online is just that you can obtain cards easily. They make it a piece of cake for you to get cards. They're so generous, but that's about it. It's got worse search filters. The sort of gameplay area, Matt, and, you know, the gameplay mechanics in that regard, the interface and all that shit, they're not better than TCG Online. I'd argue TCG Online was better. I'm actually not a fan of this whole thing of the cards in hand. If you got multiple of the same card, it just puts a number. It's kind of bullshit. Anyway, so what the hell am I going to do now? I got this awkward position. I'm going to have to use an INO, give him another free card. Meanwhile, I'm shuffling back billions of cards. Not doing shit, all because of that fucking glitch. Really fucking pisses me off. Fucking bullshit. So we're gonna keep trying to draw with Ogerpons. Depending on if he gets lucky though, he could kill my main Pokemon on the bench. I mean, he already hit the Featherbird for 150. Now that doesn't really matter. If this thing can take a hit, it's fine. I don't like that I'm so behind. I should have gotten the first kill here. But once again, the glitch had to fuck me over. Because if I got the Raging Bolt down, attached the manual, and then for the INO, I was going to draw a lot more cards. I didn't have to use the Vessel right then and there. Okay. Plus I got my main attacker getting set up. But this bullshit really fucked me over. And now we're going to be at the mercy of what we draw next again. I mean, you guys must have encountered this too. It can't just be me, right? These glitches. Trying to use a nest ball or a Pofin to get the Pokemon you want, and then it doesn't let you. You can get something else, but then the Pokemon you're trying to click to doesn't click. Bullshit. But anyway, I think this guy's deck, besides the... I was gonna say besides the Executor, this is probably another Raging Bull deck, but it looks like I'm wrong because he played the Feebas down. Now for that Pokemon, I can only think of Milotic EX that blocks Terra Pokemon. It doesn't really matter because Raging Bolt is not a Terra Pokemon. So this guy is running some kind of like anti-meta gimmick deck. It's not really gonna work if I just set up. But he got lucky. He's getting lucky. So all I ask for now is for the Raging Bolt not to die. And if that happens, we'll get the 1-hit KO. I mean, even the Raging Bolt, the Ogerpons getting killed would suck. But I can probably get by if those don't die. If Raging Bolt doesn't die. If one of the Ogerpons gets killed, I can still get by. Grass energies and shit. Energy switches. Yeah, I think I know what he's trying to do. I know what you're trying to do, but it's kind of a gimmick still. Yeah, he's putting all these energies on the Ogerpon and put the tool as well, but is he really going to use that? I think he's just going to try and use energy switch, put the energies on the Milotic. I mean, what else would you have the energy switch for? And then Executor's first attack is an energy acceleration attack too, so you can do that and power up Milotic as well. Anyway, so we're going to do Raging Bolt. I'm going to attach my tool, and I will go for the Sada here. Attach a fighting, attach a lightning, draw 3. Get the 1-hit KO. I did ultimately get lucky in the sense that he just attacked the feather bird. Nothing got touched on the bench, thank God. So now I'll finish this nuisance off, and hopefully we can make a comeback. Get the 4th Ogerpon down. I was thinking I should get the Latias, but then I'm thinking, let me just get this extra, just in case, you never know. I'm gonna do all of the ones on the active. Now you might be thinking, why the hell are you doing that? It's just in case he uses the Ogerpon, which is likely. I just want to minimize the damage. Probably doesn't matter, but I mean, you never know. Don't want him to get a 1-hit KO, that's for sure. So minimize the damage. I mean, I got the Sada in hand anyway. I think if I need to power up this active guy, I'll be able to do it. I guess that's when the Latias would come in handy though. If I couldn't, I can just switch to the other one. But anyway, promotes the Feebas. Oh, what a pain in the ass you were to catch in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Especially Ruby and Sapphire. I think I told the story before on how I caught my Feebas. But anyway, I think we're not going to have much time to explain it in this video. Good old days of the Pokemon games, back when they didn't just bend all the mechanics, changed up all the foundations, because that's the thing that pisses me off with the Pokemon games. One of the things anyway. You know, they come up with new games, but they just stripped away all of the good-ass foundations in terms of what made the old Pokemon games great. That's the difference between, you know, From Software games. Whether you play Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 at least. I didn't play the older ones. Elden Ring. They kept a lot of the core foundations that make those games special. They still kept them. Okay? That's why, you know, even if they try out some different shit or they do some different stuff, even if you don't like them as much as others, like I have things that I like in Bloodborne over Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 and vice versa, but you still enjoy them in general. Okay, and you just hit for 160 with the melodic. The sleep doesn't matter because I got the capsule. So all I'm gonna do now is just get a 1-hit KO and then it'll be game over. We got a Sada, but I got another one with the gear. I guess maybe he was hoping he was gonna get lucky, I don't know. So discard some unnecessary stuff and he surrendered. Doesn't surprise me. So that's the games. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Sub to the channel. Yeah, look at this shit. Glitches. Share the video with your friends and I'll see you guys next time. What up?